Hello, this is Danola Burton with Enhanced DNA, Develop, Nurture, Achieve, and the Enhanced DNA Publishing Division. We are here today to highlight and focus on one of our new authors. She is not only an author, she is a youth experience expert, and her name is Yalonda J. Brown. And we are so excited to have you all join us here today. So I am going to now bring on Miss Yalonda. Welcome, Miss Yalonda J. Brown.
Hi, Danola. Thank you.
Yeah,
So glad to be here.
It's so good to be here today. So I know that we'll be having people join us as we go live. We'll be having people that may even be commenting and asking us questions. So first of all, we would just like to welcome not only Yalonda, but we'd like to welcome each and every one of you. And thank you for being a support to Yalonda and to not only the one book that we are highlighting today, but we are launching her new book, but we are relaunching her related book. So we're going to talk about both of those in just a moment. But I would like to just make sure I've got all my stuff going. It is. Okay. So Yalonda, let's just start out by introducing Loyalty, a girl's guide to understanding authentic friendships, and then the new book, which is Loyalty Lessons, a journal to understanding authentic friendships. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your author journey and how these two books were created and how they have come about to where we are now?
Okay, sure. So, Loyalty, a girl's guide to understanding authentic friendships, was released early in 2019. It came at a time where after working in youth development, having a passion around girls empowerment, girls programming, so often I would talk to young ladies who just had trouble identifying real friends, authentic friendships, fake friends. There's always that conversation around what does a healthy friendship look like? And I wanted to come from the perspective of, yes, Yalonda, the youth experience expert, but also Yalonda, the mother. Having a 24-year-old daughter, much of what is in the Loyalty book stemmed from my own experiences, the ups, downs, mistakes, wrongful ways of handling conversations with my daughter around her friendships. And so that is where that book came from. I wanted something that would be targeted for middle school girls through high school, college, etc., so that we can start having these conversations sooner, before, our girls go through what I call friendship heartbreaks, friendship funerals. And so that's where it began. And within Loyalty, I wanted it to be interactive. So there's a 21-day journal in that book. And I had so many parents and young ladies tell me, okay, now that I'm done with this journal, now what? And so I would always encourage, make sure when parents that would purchase the book for their girls to buy a supplemental notebook so that they could continue to capture their thoughts. And so out of that was the vision for a companion journal. And that is where Loyalty Lessons, an extension of that journal, came about.
Wow, that's exciting though. I'm intrigued by the title Youth Experience Expert.
Mhm.
Can you give us a little bit more about what that means and how you use that in the work that you do?
Absolutely. So for many families that I've interacted with, at least over the past, oh goodness, 7 or 8 years, was through my work with a local nonprofit, working with youth. Through, as you know, where we met. And so quality youth programming has always been a passion of mine, which started with my own daughter, and things that I would have her involved in. And so, but as as I transition to the work that I do now, where I work with adults who serve kids, you always hear mentor, you hear youth development professional, and I am a proud youth worker. But for me, I wanted something that really spoke to the fact that I believe it's all about the experience. I have seen the trajectory of a young person's life changed by a quality programming experience, by a positive experience with an adult who cares and shows love for them. I know the power of the experience. And so when you get caught up in the transaction, more so than the experience, things can shift, and it makes a difference. And so I wanted to um, really have a name or a title that truly embodies everything that I stand for.
The other day, some of you may have seen a broadcast that Yolanda hosted with four very amazing young ladies. It was an amazing broadcast. If you haven't seen it, then you do need to go back and look at that broadcast. It was a panel of four young ladies who talked about loyalty. They talked about authentic friendships, and you'll see scrolling here the name of Yolanda's YouTube channel. And her YouTube channel is Just Say It! Exclamation point with Yalonda J. Brown. Yolanda, tell us a little bit about the journey with the YouTube channel and the kinds of things you offer there, because you'll be able to continue to find things about loyalty and loyalty lessons on your YouTube channel, I think.
Yes, yes, that is true. The Just Say It actually was birthed over 10 years ago. I had launched a greeting card line, and the name of my greeting cards was Just Say It Greetings. And the whole premise was real talk for real people. And I launched a breast cancer awareness line, as well as I call it a relationship line of greeting cards, and my ideology always around saying things that you don't necessarily see on the shelves. I wanted cards that said non-traditional things in unique ways that had a punch, if you will. And so here we are, over 10 years later, as I was thinking, okay, do I create another name, or what should I do? And really that is who I am. The tagline for Just Say It LLC is inspiring transformations through bold conversations. And that truly, again, is everything that I stand for. I believe in creating content on the Just Say It YouTube page that just talks about everyday things, helps. I ask thought-provoking questions, and I'm not afraid to have crucial conversations. And that's the same approach that I take when I'm before a group of young people, and I just always ask questions that are going to challenge them to think, what I hope is to think differently about the decisions that they're making.
Yeah. And so tell us then about this new book, Loyalty Lessons,
Yes.
a girl's journal to authentic friendships.
Yes. And so there are over 100 prompts for young ladies to enter their thoughts. So asking the questions, everything from handling conflict to even positive situations with friends. They're able to reflect upon those. There are some free space pages where they can just speak on whatever they like. They can draw, they can, and then there are some loyalty lessons. And those are those items within the book that just say, okay, here's something like a loyalty lesson to live by. When you think about truly what loyalty does have a different meaning to different people. It just depends on their experiences. And so just something as simple as to be a friend, to have a friend, you have to be a friend. Do you understand the qualities that is just as easy to gain friends as it is to lose friends, and that values matter. And so there are some, what I believe are some very thought-provoking, challenging prompts in the journal, and they're going to have fun with it as well.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the book right now, this Loyalty Lessons, A Girl's Journal to Understanding Authentic Friendships. And one of the loyalty lessons in here is it is okay for friends to outgrow each other.
Yeah.
And, I think about that for not just young girls, I think about that for adults as well. So you may think
Yes.
that this is a girl's guide. This is a person guide.
Yes, I've had so many moms, Danola, come to me and tell me, I needed this. I needed this when I was growing up. And because the loyalty book even has a chapter that's written for moms and caring adults, there are some, and the reason that I put that in there is because I believe in being transparent, and I never profess to know it all, but I can share my experiences. And so I know that I did not always handle things properly. And I know that as we mature, we need these lessons all the time as
Yeah.
we evaluate, because number one, we have to be what we want to see in our girls. And so I believe in journaling. I believe in, because let's be honest, our girls aren't always talking to us either.
Mm-mm.
And so, and for anyone that watched Friday's broadcast, there we asked, I asked a few of the young ladies, what can we as adults do better, to help them understand how to, best handle and manage relationships. And both of them clearly said communication is key. And that's a learned behavior, and
Yeah.
so that's why I think it's
Totally
important.
understand. As a mother of two girls, one that's 20 and one 16, I could have used this book. I mean, I actually have the first book, Loyalty, A Girl's Guide to Understanding Authentic Friendships, and now the journal that can accompany it. I already know this, but our audience may not know this, but there is a third installment to this series on loyalty. So can you tell us a little bit about what's coming next?
Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited that there is an academic version of the loyalty. Uh, I don't even want to call it at this point the loyalty products, because this is truly a movement, I think. And the several last year, actually, I decided that I wanted the loyalty book to be retooled into an academic version that could be used in schools, nationally, and hopefully internationally. And it is an evidence-based curriculum that will help girls in navigating relationships, not only with their peers, but also with adults and the community. And so I'm super excited because it is an academic version. It is designed to help with the social emotional health of girls. And so schools, it will be marketed to school districts nationally. And it is, are you ready? Drum roll, virtual drum roll. It is titled Leaders. And for those that have followed my work, I love acronyms. And so Leaders is an acronym, learning to engage authentically and develop enriching relationships in society. And it is so powerful. It is in module format. And so I will be doing train the trainers and, working with schools and youth programs to implement it.
Now that is exciting. So when you talk about a book having an impact from the
Yeah.
very beginning, where I think the reason that you came back with this journal is what you've told me is that you had parents, mothers coming to you
Yeah.
saying, we need more. We need to be able to write some of this stuff down and
Yeah.
work with our young people. And just to know that there is even more coming that will help in the school systems or with youth groups is just amazing. So thank you for the vision that you've had, and not just that vision, but for making it come to reality. So
Yes.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. And, people will see us back here in November
That's
for
exciting. That's
that.
exciting. Yeah. Okay, so speaking of thank yous, we want to thank our listeners. We want to thank everyone who has purchased either the loyalty book or the loyalty lessons journal in its pre-order status. It
Yes.
just went live on Amazon yesterday, so that's
Yes.
really exciting that the book is now available on Amazon as well as through our pre-orders. But
Yes.
if you are a purchaser, if you have purchased any of the loyalty books, whether it's Loyalty, the Girl's Guide to Authentic to understanding authentic friendships,
Mhm.
or if you have purchased in pre-order status the loyalty lessons, which is our new journal, a girl's journal to understanding authentic friendships, we would like to share some Amazon love with
Yes.
our listeners. So if you have purchased, or if you purchased before, when do you want to cut it off, Yolanda? They're purchased by the end of today, or is it the end of tomorrow for the specials?
uh, I'd say end of tomorrow.
Okay, so if you have already purchased the single books or the bundle, which is the loyalty and loyalty lessons, please type in the comments uh, book or bundle, and
Mhm.
you'll be entered in the drawing for Amazon gift cards. So we are definitely excited to be able to share with you. And if you go and purchase on our website, you can use a coupon code to even get a special price.
Yes.
So the journal, if you put the coupon code in all caps, loyalty panel, then you can get that price. Uh, uh, it's $13, isn't it, for
Yes.
the
13.
journal?
Hmm.
And then the coupon code for a bundle, which includes both books, loyalty bundle, you can
Yes.
get that sale price as well. We will be doing our drawing tomorrow. So please, if you have already purchased your copy, put the comments in this uh, spiel, the thread of comments on the
Yes.
live launch. And then we will make a drawing tomorrow. Even if you go out and purchase in the morning, you can still
Yes.
come back and add your name to the live broadcast. Okay,
Yes.
so I see
Great.
there are some people online. So if you have a question, feel free to type it in. We'll see that, and we'll be glad to answer those. Um, well, Yolanda, I have a couple of other questions that I can ask while we wait and see if the listeners have any questions.
Sure.
Um, so I know that you do public speaking,
Hmm.
and you're requested as a speaker. So, in addition to using this content here around loyalty, what are the kinds of things that you do at speaking engagements?
Oh, sure. It's funny, Danola, because I get approached by women's groups a lot, and girls groups and women's groups, because my author journey started with writing, um, participating in collaborations that were faith-based and testimonial in nature. And so I get requests not just around girls empowerment, even though that definitely is my passion as I move forward. But I still don't bypass, those opportunities where I'm led, to speak on my testimony as it relates to my faith journey, and speaking about the challenges and obstacles that I encountered, and still, working through obstacles. And what I, love speaking about brokenness. And I have a few, acronyms that I have that I use in the field regarding that. I have an upcoming keynote to a group of women leaders. And I'm going to actually use some of the context from my other newest release, She Became Me, a Letter to My Younger Self. And so it is a spin on the loyalty lessons, but it's leadership lessons, and it's leadership lessons to my younger self. And so speaking on leadership, speaking on um, understanding how to find our authenticity in who we are as we develop personally, as we, the theme of I am enough is important to me. And so usually I have a few baseline points that I speak to, and I build upon it. And so I do a lot of customized engagements, depending on the audience. But for the most part, you're always going to hear what it means to be authentic in who we are, understanding ourselves, understanding how to be effective leaders. But it starts with loyalty, which loyalty in itself is an acronym, and it's loving on yourself and learning to yield, because I believe that self-love is at the core of everything that we do. And our relationships with other people, whether it be in the workplace, personally, in a marriage, that we all have to have an understanding of self-love, effective communication, understand how our egos play into the breakdown of relationships. So most of what I do is always still going to stem back to positive relationship building and authenticity of self.
Okay, so I can see the potential for several other books in your future.
Well, yes, we got one more. Yeah, we're going to be busy for a while, but yeah,
That's good. I mean, I'm excited about that.
yes,
But I'm excited not just about the fact that we have begun to work together, but the content that you have is just amazing content, and it's stuff that
thank
we
you.
can use every day. So I really appreciate that.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you so much.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so Yolanda, what other things would you like to share that I might not have asked?
Hmm. Let's see. I just want to encourage everyone watching to first go to YouTube, look at the content, engage the girls in your realm of influence around what I have to say. I believe that I appreciate having a voice. I appreciate having worked with so many young people just throughout my life, and I anticipate working with many more. So for the young ladies that may be watching, or the parents, just know that you can trust your girls with my voice, and that I care. I am um, a mom, and I like to say mom is an acronym as well. I'm a birth mother, but I'm also a MOM acronym, mom of many. In that I really care about the trajectory of young people, and through the work that I do, because I work with youth serving organizations throughout the state to help build capacity. I know what quality youth programming looks like, and so therefore, I have an ability, to support youth serving organizations, adults who care about kids, as well as young people.
Right. Okay, so I've got the YouTube channel scrolling.
Yeah.
Just Say It Tuesday.
Yes, so I try my best. I think last week, because we had the Friday event coming, I did a promo for the Friday event, but I do post every Tuesday content of, what I feel I want to talk about. And so that is brand new for me. People say, well, it seems like it would be easy for you because you speak, but it's not. It has truly taken me out of my my comfort zone to create a video every single week, but I am committed to doing that and just talking about what's on my heart.
And what I like about those is they aren't long. They're
No.
snippets, I guess you'd say, but they have power. They have powerful words. So I can appreciate. Uh, we have been zoomed out these days, and
Yes.
so when you find something that you know is going to add value, and you don't have to sit there an hour to get that value, it's like I really like that. So that's why I wanted to push the YouTube channel. And not as many young people are on Facebook, but they do get on YouTube. So
Yes.
if you have young people that are on YouTube, have them subscribe to Just Say It exclamation point. No, just say it, that's
Yep.
LLC exclamation point. Right? It
You
was
got your
right.
clothes. It's just
Just
say
say
it
it
exclamation mark with
exclamation point.
Yolanda J. Brown.
It's scrolling across
It's
there. So
scrolling.
scrolling. So write that down so you can
Yes.
subscribe there. Then she also has the website, just say it, LLC.com.
Yes.
Instagram. If your young people are on Instagram, have them subscribe to her on or follow her on Instagram. And then obviously we also have a Facebook page, just say it LLC. So there's lots of ways for you to get information when it's not all that stuff, that you don't want your kids looking at. This is stuff your kids will really learn from, grow from, and enjoy. I'm going to plug one more time the panel that we had on Friday with the four young ladies was, again, absolutely amazing. And for kids to hear from kids
Yes.
is really, really relevant. So if you have young people, please have them go and watch that video on Just Say It exclamation point with Yolanda
Yes.
J. Brown on YouTube.
Yes. And someone asked me how come I didn't do a panel with high school girls, with older girls. And, and what I told them, I said, you may see a panel with high school girls. I wanted to start with the younger um, girls because my whole purpose is wanting to start the conversation sooner. But I want anyone watching to know that, yes, the book is in the hands and libraries of many high school young ladies, as well as young ladies in college,
Mm-hmm.
and have found it very beneficial as well. And so I may call on some of my high school and older readers because they have it too.
Yeah. I'm
And the book
showing the
grows. You're showing it. Thank you. And the book is one that definitely, I believe, girls can grow with the book because their ideals change. How
yes.
they feel about themselves at age 10 and how they
Mhm.
feel about themselves at 18 can change, and how
Right.
they approach friendships
Right.
and experiences shift. And so, but the lessons in the book are application rich and they are timeless.
Yeah.
As you heard Danola and I both say, the lessons are appropriate for all of us through adulthood. And so that's one thing that I appreciate about the book and what others have said to me as well.
Right. So you see that I have my website up, www.enhancedDNApublishing.com.
Yes.
That is where you can order the book, the bundle,
Yes.
and you can use the coupon codes in order to get a discount on those books. So
Yes.
please order those and let your friends know that this is the right time to get their copies of both books, the Loyalty, A Girl's Guide to Understanding Authentic Friendships, and the new book, Loyalty Lessons, A Girl's Journal to Understanding Authentic Friendships.
Yes. And they will, the coupon codes will be good through tomorrow. And then they can get as you mentioned, they're available on Amazon. They should be available on Just Say It LLC.com as well. But if to utilize those coupon codes, they can only do those through the Enhanced DNA site.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us today, but especially I'd like to thank Yalonda for not only being here today, but for trusting Enhanced DNA Publishing for her baby and bringing her
Yes.
baby to life. So I really appreciate you. I appreciate the book. I appreciate the message of the books. So thank you so very much. And with that, I'll let you have the final words.
Thank you very, very much for hosting and having me and just being a great, first of all, woman. Someone that I admire, and you just a powerhouse in your own right. And so I appreciate the opportunity to work with you, and I look forward to engaging with our viewers. If you have questions, I do see, because I know we have a couple of watch parties going. A question: will there be a book for 5 to 8-year-old girls? That is a great question. The 10-year-old young ladies that were on the panel on Friday, they actually received the book when they were 8. Some of them were 8 and 9 years old when they first read the book. And so what I always advise parents, like at that time, one in particular is my goddaughter's mom. She was kind of like a pilot for me because I wanted to see how she and her friends at age 8 would engage with the book. And they did amazingly well with it. It took more, my goddaughter Ryan was very able to articulate the words. She, even when she didn't understand something, she would ask her mom about it, and so it has prompted conversations between moms and daughters also. So I'm not going to say that an 8-year-old can't engage with the books. Now 5 and 6, that's a little young. And so, we'll have to see with all of as the loyalty products are expanding. Thanks for the question.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see any other questions on my feed.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me make sure that I go over here and check over here. Okay. I see people have logged on and noted that they're here, but I don't see any other questions. So if there's any other questions, type them in. Even after we're gone, we will be going back through all the comments, especially to look for those of you who have purchased the books and will be entered into the Amazon gift cards. So
yes, and if anyone wants to reach out to me directly, Danola, they can email info@justsayitllc.com.
Okay, perfect.
Or reach out to me on social media. It's info@justsayitllc.com. If there are girls groups or mentoring organizations that want to purchase the books in bulk, I do have bulk rates available, and you can reach out to me directly for that as well.
I think I just put info@justsayitllc.com on the comments. There we
Perfect.
go.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, with that, we would like to again thank each and every one of you for joining us today. And Yalonda, thank you so very much. We really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Thank you, Danola.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.